Thank you for joining us, Coach. We will
Yes.
we will begin with an opening statement from Coach Schmidt and then go to questions. Again, for the media, please use the raised hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. So, Coach, please go ahead and give us an opening statement, and then we'll go to
Yeah,
questions.
I'm proud of our effort. We didn't play. We needed to play our A game against LSU, and we didn't. I thought early on we had some chances. I thought it was important for us to get off to a good start, and I thought defensively we did a decent job. But it seemed like it was 4-2 for 20 minutes. We had some looks we didn't make, and then they started making some shots, and I thought we fought back. Second half, they got off to a good start, and I'm a big advocate for the first 4 minutes of the second half are really really important. And I thought that they came out and had 2 3-point plays, one 3-pointer and one and one. But I thought our guys fought. They beat us. I thought defensively we didn't do a terrible job. We fouled. Um, Thomas a little bit too many times, and then we got out rebounded, and that's one of our strengths. We got out rebounded by 19, second chance points by 10, so that was a big difference. And we didn't shoot the ball the way we needed to against a really athletic team, but give all the credit to LSU. They played really well, and we wish them the best of luck.
Okay, thank you, Coach. We will begin our questions with Jeff Uvino from the Intrepid. Jeff, go ahead. Jeff, go ahead.
Got down in the second half, especially as it got later. Did you want to keep playing that game, or did you want to speed it up and start hitting
I,
shots to come back?
yeah, I couldn't hear the beginning of it.
I said we knew coming in you wanted to play slow when you got down in the second half, especially as it got later. Was the goal to speed it up or
Yeah, a
continue?
little bit. Yeah, you get down, and I thought the key going into the game was we got to control tempo. And if you look at the score, we held them below their average, and I thought we did a decent job, and everybody but Thomas. And like I said, they hurt us on the backboard. But when you get down, you got to push the ball and you got to play a little bit quicker, and that's to their advantage.
Thank you.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Rachel Lindsay with the Buffalo News. Go ahead, Rachel.
Mark, your team had a lot of offensive issues, particularly in the first half with the shooting. It was almost the makes were almost non-existent. What did LSU do to stop your team's rhythm early on?
I thought we were getting some good looks in the first half, and we were missing some shots, and that's as I said, offense is fickle. But I thought we were getting some decent looks. Maybe a couple of them were rushed, but we got some open looks that we didn't make, and I thought that was a huge key to the game. We needed to get off to a good start, and we were getting some looks, and they weren't going down, and so. But I thought from an offensive standpoint, like I said, it wasn't perfect, but I thought we were getting some good looks, and sometimes those just don't go down, and it's disappointing, but give LSU credit.
Thank you.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Mark Gaughan from Buffalo News.
Yes, Mark. Just Kyle's game offense today. I mean, obviously his shot wasn't falling. Just
Yeah, yeah.
what did you think of his game, and what did you tell him during the game to try to get him going?
Yeah, just go. He had 6 assists, 0 turnovers, 5 assists, 0 turnovers. He had some open shots, and sometimes they don't go in. He missed some easy ones. It's just that's the nature of the game. He's a great player, great competitor. He kept on playing. The ball just didn't go in, and sometimes that happens.
And then lastly, you look at the LSU's season stats on defense, and there was something made of they've been an inconsistent team on defense this year. Their defensive stats weren't overwhelming, but what did you think? Like their length on the wing, the way they closed out on the threes. Just what did you think?
Yeah,
of the
their stats are very similar to us. 40%, 33% from threes. It's they're a good team, athletic team. Like I said, I thought we got some good looks. We missed some shots early, but they're a good team. And when they were disciplined, they were focused, and when they played like that, they're hard to beat. You look at what they did in the Southeast Conference tournament. they had a chance to to win the game. They had a shot at the end to beat Alabama. So we knew what we were getting into, playing LSU, and they were focused and they played really well.
Our next question will come from Chucky Maggio. Chucky, go ahead.
Coach, how big of a factor did Dom's injury in the first half play in the offensive struggles?
Yeah, it hurt. Dom played like a 50%. Give Dom credit. He's a really tough kid, and he was hurting, as you saw. Went back and get retaped, and he was a shell of himself, and they beat us on the backboard, and Dom is one of our better rebounders. Can get the ball, and he just couldn't move. But no excuses. Like I said, LSU. They beat us, but Dom wasn't. Dom wasn't Dom. He just early on when in that little loose ball, he got twisted up, and and he fought through it. And give Dom credit. He didn't go to the bench. He didn't make excuses. He just tried to fight through it, and that's a part of the game. That's a part of the game.
Okay, our next question is going to come from J.P. Butler with Times Herald. Go ahead, J.P.
Yeah, Coach, obviously these games hurt so much, and to the point, of course you don't want to lose and go out that way. And I know you don't want to look ahead yet, but is it a different feeling at all after a game like this, maybe in that locker room, knowing that, the whole team does come back next year and, maybe can play for this opportunity again? Is it different at all?
No. It's like there's only 2 teams in this country, maybe the CIT, 3 teams if there's a CIT that will end with a win. So everybody's going to feel like we do. Everybody but 3 teams. So yeah, we got the 24-hour rule. Our guys are disappointed, they're devastated. This is what they do. They put all their time, 6 a.m.s and every day and summer times and lifting weights and the stuff that they went through with the pandemic. And this was a really hard season. This wasn't easy. And give all the credit to our players. They fought, and they're really, really disappointed. And it's good that they're disappointed. I'm disappointed. Because you put so much into it. If you're not disappointed, there's something wrong. So we'll get the 24-hour rule, and we'll realize, as I told the team in the locker room, we did some amazing things. The first time we've won, both the regular season and in the conference tournament. We don't need this game to for us to look back and say, it's disappointing. Absolutely not. We didn't play well today. We lost to a better LSU team. But this game doesn't define what our guys did. We had a special year, and they're disappointed now, but they'll realize what a year that we had when they look back at it, in the next couple of days.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go back to Rachel Lindsay from Buffalo News.
Mark, what kind of factor was Cameron Thomas for LSU, particularly in the second half?
Well, he's a pro. He's a first-round pick. He's a good player. He's going to be making millions of dollars one day. I thought we did a decent job in the first half. I think it was 2 for 7. He had 7 points. We fouled him too many times, and whatever. He was, I think, second in the country in foul shot attempts. So he does a good job of drawing fouls. And he hit a couple threes, deep ones, but he got off. When we got to the foul line, and against good shooters or good scorers, you don't want them to get to the foul line and give them cheap ones. Then they get their confidence, and the rim starts, looking a little bit bigger. But he's a great talent, and we'll be watching him in the NBA one day, maybe next year.
Okay, our next question is going to be from Mark Gahn from Buffalo News. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Coach, I don't see any additional questions at this time, so thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, for the media on the call, we will be joined momentarily by Jaron Holmes. Again, please use this time to raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question. Okay, we're now joined by Jaron Holmes, who scored a team-high 18 points this afternoon. Again, for the media, please use the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and your affiliation first. And we're going to start our questions with Michael Hogan. Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Jaron, Mike Hogan from Tap Integrator Only, and I just wanted to ask you a little bit about Dom Welch. Looked like he was struggling through some pain there. What does that mean to you? See a teammate, kind of go through that and play through an injury.
It's special because Dom's a special person. He cares about every single one of us, and like I've been saying and preaching, we have genuine love for each other. And when Dom went out, he kept telling us, "I'll be back, I'll be back," and he was working just to get back. So when he went down, I knew he was coming right back. I knew he wasn't done for the game, and for him to come back and finish it out like we started, it's emotional. It's big. He's a great guy. He's a great human. I think a lot of people don't see those type of things because they're behind closed doors, but he's a brother for life to me, and he's family, and he's just a special guy, and it just shows his toughness and his love for the game, honestly.
Our next question will come from Mark Gaughan with the Buffalo News. Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, just can you were guarding Cam a lot of the day. Just what did you think of that assignment? How tough is he? And what did you think of guarding him?
Cam Thomas is a great player. It was a very tough assignment. One of the things was trying to keep him off the foul line. I don't know how many foul shots he got, but 11 for 13. So, I mean, we did the best we could. It was great. I always want to challenge myself, and he was the best player on that team, best scorer on that team. I wanted the assignment. Didn't get it done today, but I got in foul trouble before, so it was a lot easier for him to kind of attack me, trying to go at me. I'm not trying to pick up that fifth or that fourth. So, I mean, he's a great player. He's a pro, and a highly touted guy. But we have just as highly touted guys over on our end too, and I think we showed that today.
Our next question is going to come from Chucky Maggio. Chucky, go ahead.
Chucky Maggio, Pick and Splinters. Jaron, in the first half, do you think it was more of a case of just shots not falling for you guys because you were keeping everything else in the stat line pretty consistent?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't our best shooting day. Shots didn't fall for us, but I mean, that's life. That's basketball. Sometimes it just doesn't fall. Those are shots we want. Those are shots we normally hit. And they just didn't fall today. Theirs fell. So we did what we were supposed to do. We got the shots we wanted. Every shot that we wanted, it just went in and out, or we missed it. But ultimately, those are shots we practice, and those are shots that we we work hard at, and that we trust in each other to make.
Also, I know it's obviously still really fresh with the loss, but when you think about this season and all you guys overcame and all you guys accomplished, what is your main takeaways right now?
Enjoying life, enjoying this moment. We just played LSU in March Madness at Indiana University. Like, this is a historical arena, while in the middle of a pandemic. This is something that I'll be able to tell my children about. I'll talk about forever. Honestly, this is a magical experience. Not everybody gets to experience March Madness, and today we did, and we got to play a really good team, and we gave it all we had, and we left it all on the floor, and that's all I could ask for, and that's all I tried to do today. especially playing a tough team like LSU. But we definitely will look at the tape, and we're not gonna hang our heads. This is a year for excitement. We were A10 champs, regular season and tournament. It hasn't been done in 42 years, and like this team is magical. It's just emotional because you never know at the end of the year if this same group will come back. So it's just kind of emotional on that end because I love all these guys so much, and I do anything for them. I put that on everything. I do anything for them. Love them to death.
Our next question will come from Rachel Lindsay from the Buffalo News. Rachel, go ahead.
Jaron, your team cut the lead down to 10 points 3 times in the second half and to 9 points. What did LSU really do to kind of keep you guys, push them off, and reopen its lead?
They hit a couple shots. They hit a couple threes. And they were getting to the line, slowing the game down. And when you get to the line and you let a shooter just continue to get to the line and see the ball go through the net, that's good for him. So they got to the line a lot. I don't know if they I don't really know the whole. I mean, their guys had a couple guys with double-doubles. I mean, we could have boxed out more, but then again, like, the ball just wasn't falling our way. We played hard, and we fought together, and that's all that matters, honestly. We didn't come out victorious, but we learned something today, and we're going to use it as scar tissue and just keep going. Like, I think we're all juniors. The whole starting five is all juniors, and that's a fact. So we have another year, and we're just going to continuously work. So LSU, they did a good job of really getting to the paint and hitting shots when we tried to double Watford and take the ball out of his hands. They had good shots, and, I mean, they got a couple offensive rebounds, so they were just getting easy looks. They were falling today for them, and they were hitting shots. So kudos to LSU.
Our next question will come from J.P. Butler with the Times-Herald. J.P., go ahead.
Yeah, Jaron, congrats on a great season, man.
Thank you.
You just touched on it, but I did want to ask, as painful as a loss like that can be, you guys are in kind of the unique position where you could conceivably have everybody back next year. How much do you think a loss like today, just kind of how the way it went, how much can that fuel you guys going into next year, you think?
Every guy in that locker room is a competitor. And I know one thing about a competitor is he wants to be the best and continue to be the best. And right now, today we weren't the best, and that's a problem for us. And that's gonna be in our heads for a long time. But it's just gonna make us better. It's gonna just make us keep fighting and working hard and coming closer together. Like, this is just overall, this is just a blessing to be here. To make it with these guys and to make it with these coaches. And the year we had, I know for a fact that everybody back in Olean is happy and proud of us. I know Dr. DePiro is looking down on us, and he's super proud. And, with that loss, just to use this game and us making a March Madness to uplift a couple spirits back home in Olean and the DePiro family, it's a blessing. We'll be back. We'll be back for sure. We'll be back, and that's all I have to say. We'll be back, and we're not going to stop working. We'll be back.
Right. Thanks.
Our next question is going to come from Tommy Valentine with SBU TV. Tommy, go ahead.
Hey, Jaron, how's it going, man? First off, congratulations on a great season. The cameras picked up late stages, Kyle Lofton getting very emotional on the bench. In that situation, this is somebody who's one of your best friends, the leader on this team. In that situation, what do you say to him in that moment?
That's a good question, Tommy. Me and you got to talk after this. Kyle is my best friend. To see your best friend emotionally hurt and to see him crying and in pain, and you don't want to see that. He's worked his butt off, countless hours in the gym, just like every single one of us. To see him cry and to see him really just like go into his emotions, honestly, it's hard to see, but when that happens, you know that person left everything on the floor. He might be disappointed, but in the outcome, but you know he left everything on the floor. He fought today. He's going to continue to fight. Kyle's a great guy. He's a great person. You know, a good basketball player, an even better person, you know. And I just hugged him in the locker room and you know, just really just told him I loved him. You know, we both had an emotional moment. We were all crying. But I just told him I loved him. He's my roommate. He's my brother. We ride to school together every day. Like, we're going to be talking about this a long time. It just brought us closer together, honestly. When you see somebody cry, you normally don't say, you see the quote is like, men don't cry. But I believe that real men cry. Real men show emotion, and that's the true showing of a man. One who wears their heart on their sleeve, and he does that every time he goes out there on the court, and every time he's in the locker room with us, and you know we're having a good time. He's an emotional guy, you know. Everybody on this team is emotional. You know, it's a tough loss, but we're gonna become better from it. We're gonna become better people. And we're going to remember this and better players. And we're going to remember this for the rest of our lives, sharing this moment together, you know. We'll probably laugh about it 20 years from now, me and Kyle talking about we were crying, holding each other. So, you know, I just told him, you know, I loved him and that I'm proud of him of everything he's accomplished and that I want him to go for more and continue to stay hungry, you know.
And our final question will come from Jeff Uvino from the Intrepid.
Hey, Jaron, congratulations on a great season. We
Thank
know
you,
that
Jeff.
LSU's roster is talented from top to bottom. Can you talk about what it was like to play against a team with that kind of talent?
Magical. You always want to play against the best. I think they were just in the SEC championship and lost by a bucket. They're a great team, you know. As a competitor, you want to go against the best, and that's what March Madness is about. It's the best teams in here. In this tournament, so for us to play against them, something I'll remember for the rest of my life. You know, all the time you don't get to play LSU, or all the time you don't get to play Michigan, or you don't get to play Texas. Today we went out there and fought for each other, and ultimately we didn't come out with the victory, but we proved something to ourselves and to a lot of people that doubted us at the beginning of the season that we wouldn't be here, and they continuously doubt us every year. Just because of the facilities, and they don't think the players are as good. But we're going to keep proving people wrong. And today I think we showed a lot of people what we're made of just from that little town in Olean.